What is going on? Good evening. Just got home from work, maybe like 10 minutes ago. As you can tell, I'm still wearing my shirt. Oh, man. Warmed up a factor meal. Looks like it's gonna be a good one. Looks like it's shredded chicken, mushrooms, and loaded mashed potatoes with broccoli. I originally was going to start and check out Dual Corp. The reviews are really bad. I'm just going to play Tainted Grail. So that's what we're doing, boys and girls. That's what we do. We play in the Grail of Taintedness. I will say this. I've noticed viewership through Twitch and the YouTube channel VODs have been dropping. And I think, and I've noticed this. This is a trend. I mean, I guess it wasn't really a trend when I was playing Avast and Steel, but that was kind of like a really niche game. But generally, the longer you play a game, it just kind of falls off. And I know this is true even for like really big creators. So I kind of really just want to push and beat this game. That's really what I want to do. And then, so for 2026, I've said more indie games, more AA, more backlog. But one of the other things that I also want to do is play shorter games. I'm saying that when one of the games on my backlog is Rogue Trader. But yeah, I still want to do the Resident Evil stuff. I want to finish Mass Effect 2 at the very least, because I just want to at least finish the damn game. Forlorn swords, forlorn swords, forlorn swords, forlorn swords. I'll see if I can persuade Mega to partake in Lord Yvain's quest. Oh, that's right. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get all of the people to join the Holy Grail quest, as it were. So, I got a new weapon that I upgraded. It's just like Ogre's Club or something. The heavy attacks for this does so much damage, dude. Like, regular attacks, it's not that strong. It's weaker than my other, like, unique weapons, but... this one in particular... it does a lot of damage. But yeah, man, I'm really trying to like figure out like what I want to stream, what I think is going to do well for me in terms of like maybe like give me some growth. But then I also have to think about the fact that I'm going to be changing shifts most likely somewhat in the near future. So that's something to think about too. Oh, wait, I just realized she's not in here. Did I already talk to her? I know I did her side quest. Oh, maybe it's late enough where they're all went home? Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yvain can count on me. After everything that's happened, I see now that this is the right path. Tell Yvain I'll join him on this holy mission.
Nice.
All Mother guide you.
I'm gonna eat my broccoli. Because it just sucks though. Like, I love games like this. But unfortunately, yeah, viewership is just not great. But I mean, that's how I feel with like Octopath Traveler. You know, I love that game. And I really wish I could continue to play it like on stream.
I'm an outcast.
But it just doesn't work, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm hoping there's going to be more games that I can kind of like sink my teeth into.
Beor is still wet behind the ears, and his heart is barely beating. Until I'm sure he can handle things, I can't leave him on his own.
Got something for me to look at? He seems stern, but he's a good, hard-working man.
Mm-hmm.
This time, though, it's personal. As soon as I was sure I could swing the hammer twice, I got straight to work. I'm forging a new heart. I know I've only just gotten back the one that beats in my chest, but I can feel there's something wrong with it. It's weaker. I am weaker and unsteady. It's easier for me to grow impatient and angry. More things seem to cut me deeper. I feel like my heart is poisoned. So far, all my attempts have failed. None of those hearts had the spark a forged replacement ought to have. They were far too weak to beat in a blacksmith's chest. There's a legend about the Stone Wardens. It tells that they could forge a heart stronger than any other. A heart that could make a man invincible. Sadly, I don't know much more than that. Right now, I'm just banging my head against the wall. I thought he might have heard something, but no.
Unfortunate.
He just waved it off and told me to get on with some proper work instead of dreaming about old Dalriata legends. Well, since the Stone Wardens are all Dalriata, my hands are tied. Vrel is the only person from the tribes that I know. A Dalriata selling books. And that's something, isn't it? I was planning to ask her about the legends myself, but maybe you could do it for me? Urfir will clobber me with his hammer if I shirk my work again. Thank you. I hope Vrel will be able to tell us more. Mind the road.
Wait, what? The NPC said to talk to Vrel. But the quest says something else. Oh, I never talked to her. Because I finished the quest, but
I'd be alone today. He's still not back. Do you know anything? Please hurry.
Oh, that's all I do. I found her husband. He wanted to stay a pig. Well, let me talk to Vrel. And then we'll see. But then we can go to Kavor.
swear if I catch that bastard, I'll shove all 5 volumes right up his arse. What?
What?
Aye, something happened. Some blighter broke in and stole every book about the beautiful Liliana. Not a loose page left. That's most of my income gone in the wind. Aye, one of the soldiers. He threw a fit a few days ago, 'cause I wouldn't sell him the latest volume on credit. There's no chance I'd ever allow that. Give it 2 months, I'd be bankrupt.
I could talk to the soldier for you.
Can't say I wouldn't be grateful. The lad's name is Walter. He's, well, all in all, he's no a bad sort. Just a little hot-headed. So if you do find him, try not to rough him up too much, alright? Well, I've calmed down. Apologies. Welcome to Vrel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, then kindly leave before you start. Welcome back. Do you need any recommendations? Thanks.
Okay. Well, I guess I gotta do this other side quest that I just got. Oh, Walter's right here. What's up?
Oh, hello there, strange-looking citizen. You lost, or just looking for someone?
I'm actually looking for you.
Reputation? Me? For what? Standing around looking tough? Oi, wait a moment. You think I stole those books? Beautiful Liliana is sacred to me, all right? I'd never touch Vrel's stash, I swear. I was saving up for the new volume. Now it's gone? How the hell am I supposed to know what happens to Liliana next? No!
Damn.
I dunno. But there's this red priest hanging around who loves scaring the crap out of soldiers. Always preaching doom and sin, you know? And you know what's worse? That damn priest saying Liliana's, inspiring moments are why I'll be cursed. He told me I'd grow hair on the inside of my palms. What kind of nutter says that to a bloke? Is that even a thing? Damn brother Ismat got me paranoid.
Where can I find this
Oh,
priest?
he's probably at the Red Church headquarters. That's where they're always praying and doing whatever it is that Red Priests do. Just be careful. The man's got a way of making you feel like you're already cursed. Creepy bastard.
Okay.
See you later. Don't let the weird...
Okay. A little further down.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there. I do think, though, I am going to hop on the next PoE 2 league, though. I am going to play it. It's been a while since I played Path of Exile, so... probably do it. Diddling. Ring. Oh no, I need to go up one more. No, it is this one.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity.
You alright, buddy?
Purity, we serve the people. Through service and duty we ascend to holiness. It is not the act alone that is weighed, but the intent and the fruits thereof. A hand that lingers on selfish desires serves no purpose higher than itself. but a hand that labors for love and creation, walks the righteous path. Yes? What reason do you have to interrupt my prayer? What could be more important than this?
I see self-flagellating priest, not one in prayer. Okay.
I know which sinner you speak of. I also know he intended to read those books, tainted with lechery. I could not allow that, because I know all too well what they do to minds prone to living in impurity, as I know what that man intended to do with his sweaty hands panting over the next chapter.
What terrible thing do you think he was intending to do?
He intended to stain his soul with sin. People who are lost for their entire lives don't even realize they're on a path to nowhere, that each new crossroads only leads them more astray. I only want to protect them from this. I want to ensure that their life's path would have fewer moments of doubt over whether to succumb to temptation or resist it.
Okay.
I have no intention of taking responsibility for what lurks in the shadow of their depraved imaginations. The sin comes from within them, not from me. You will not provoke me. Of course, I am a red priest, after all. I know much about the struggles of the spirit, about what shatters a person's dignity, about the acts that cloud the mind with a fog.
Oh, well, I'm gonna get this one. Speak what you know, or this conversation will turn into a difficult crusade.
I don't like your tone, stranger. However, I won't respond to that with a similar kind of aggression. Let's have it your way. Yes, I stole those books that are thick with words yet imparting no virtue, filled with vulgar, scandalous illustrations. What did I plan? To burn them, of course. That is what Miss Liliana deserves. That is the fate that befalls a rakish infidel.
Miss Liliana?
Yes. You heard correctly. Do you think I don't know what's in those books? I won't deny it. I took a peek inside. I needed to
This guy's read the
understand
books. He's a
sheer
fan.
scale of depravity we are dealing with.
He's a fan.
I acknowledge that sin is a natural part of the soul, yet equally natural should be penance, to free oneself from that sin. Chasteness does not come easily, but that is why it is a virtue, granting oneself relief through such primitive and vulgar acts, engaging with something as vile as these books. Have you read A Sermon on the Paths of Discipline by Brother Flamen? He makes a proper statement about those types of deviations. Hands that stray toward idle pleasures build no temple. Ah, you wish to have at least the bare minimum for discussion. Excellent. Look around our quarters. You should find that text, along with its perfect complement, a sermon on purity and temperance. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people.
A sermon on the paths of discipline.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through
The gift of life is for sharing and not consuming alone. Discern where excessive zeal is unnecessary. Not for denial of the body's workings, but for the elevation of the spirit through understanding and grace.
We are the sanctified martyrs.
Okay, let's see.
Through blood we strive for purity. You have returned. My decision remains. So, what has someone like you gleaned from them? I am most curious, especially since it's written that a hand that lingers on selfish desire serves no purpose higher than itself. Know this, the seed is sacred, meant not for waste, but for the cultivation of life and the service of greater purpose. Of course it serves a purpose, a vain and impure one. Such self-gratification weakens the spirit and body. It compels the heart to submit to every fleeting whim. Meanwhile, to be men means resisting those whims, holding back the hand from striking, restraining the hand from depravity. How can a man be ready to protect his loved ones if he's so willing to blind himself through sin? Just to remind you, a blind man cannot fulfill his service either to his kin or Kay, which makes him barren and forever lost. I see you didn't stop your reading of Flamen at a sermon on the paths of discipline, and you've cited the perfect passage. That's precisely the point. What ultimately guides the hand to sin is, after all, the human heart ablaze with unchecked desire. The same sermon says, "Remember, therefore, that the gift of life is for sharing and not for consuming alone." Woe, then, to the hearts driven by selfish desire, as those hearts won't listen to the word. I fear that sometimes this tone is necessary in priestly service. We know human nature all too well, do we not? Avoiding an admission of guilt does not mean avoiding punishment. Someone may treat my teachings with disdain, but ultimately, they will still stand before Kay and her word. Your words, however, are wise, and they lead towards reflection. And there it is, the image of modern humanity, knowing no virtues. Stripping purity from every aspect of life, you kill holiness, and then, in the face of life's hardships, you ask where grace has gone.
The prophet judges the purpose. Ooh, a typo!
Do not waste your time searching for trivial problems. It can be put to much better use. Yes, you might be right about that one, stranger. An excellent observation, and a keen use of the passage from A Sermon on Purity and Temperance, I must admit. This is not about control, my child, but about opening the eyes of those who cannot see. Would it not be better if each of us were ready to receive the prophet's word? A body that succumbs to temptation is a weak body. That is precisely why we must maintain purity, to be ready at any moment to receive the grace of the prophet. As Brother Flamen says, treat your body like a sacred place, not a disgusting brothel, as the pursuits of bodily pleasures is like blindness. That is, of course, an astute observation, and proof that you've read the sermon thoroughly. However, I am full of faith that I have been placed on this path precisely to make such judgments in the Prophet's name. Still, one could also view it from the perspective you mentioned. Yes. So, dear stranger, where did our little discourse lead you? What about my role in all of this? Where would people be without priests, striving to protect them from sin and impurity?
Trying to think of which is the right one.
I know not everyone will get close to sanctity. I don't believe I'm close to it myself. Yet this is the purpose of our journey, to strive towards the ideal. Only through this can we receive the final words of grace, allowing our souls to unite in the wisdom of Kay. Those lewd books are just one of many distractions that steer people away from what truly matters. Enough, stranger. I see you've tried, but I won't debate matters of faith further. I remain unshaken. The books will burn. Now, let me return to my prayer.
God damn it, I failed. I'm reloading. I'm gonna find the right answer. We will do it. I need to convince this guy.
Sanctified martyrs. Through blood we... You have... So, especially knows... Of course, mean how just to... I see what the sick... Whoa.
It's pretty much always this one.
I of your... And there... You... An excellent... This is... What that is as... However, still... So, what about...
Let's try this one.
Everything is tied to faith. Don't you see? Every act, every gesture of our hand may prove defining. Separating those two orders won't do any good. Enough, stranger. I see you've tried, but I won't debate matters of the books. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we... You... So as no... Of course, mean how can just... I... What the sick... Whoa. I avoid your... And there... You... An ex... This... Would that is as... However, still... So, what about... It is true that I myself was not always a priest. I did not always live guided by purity. Did that make me someone who hurt others or a bad person? I believe it did not. That's a thought worth remembering. Enough, stranger. I see you've tried, but I won't debate matters of faith.
Really?
I remain unshaken. The books will burn. Now, let me return to my prayer.
Alright, I guess that's what I'm going with. I probably had to like redo certain choices and things like that. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna bother with any of that. Like thinking about other games that I would like to like really try to push forward and stream and make videos and stuff. Like if Hytale had its adventure mode, I would absolutely be playing that. I played it a little bit more off stream from that little bit that I did on stream. I like what's there. I really do, but I need a purpose. I need an ultimate goal. Even if that, you know, you just land in this world and the goal is, you know, something extreme, you know, and however you get there, you do whatever you need to do to get there. It's fine as long as I have an overarching goal.
Before you ask, no. I do not have any books personally signed by Merlin, nor will I fake his signature.
Good.
Damned red priests. You'd think they'd have bigger problems than a bit of questionable literature. They don't have to like it. But nobody's forcing them to read it either. Well, thanks for looking into it. For whatever it's worth. One more thing. I can see you're alright. And I hope I can trust you. We need to talk.
Don't tell me somebody stole all the porn again.
No this time. I'm not in the mood to even joke about that. This time, it's serious. A matter of life and death, you could say. There's a stone tablet in Lord Devane's manor. A Delrida relic. And I need you to get it for me. You know, I was just going to ask you to talk to Anselm for me. But if breaking in is what you prefer, I'll only stop you. Just try not to get caught, alright? That would be embarrassing for both of us.
Okay, let's do it. I'm not gonna steal, I'm gonna try to...
What brings you this way?
What brings you this way? Do I have anything that needs identification? I don't think so. 5 most popular songs for bagpipes. There's nothing. It's literally empty. That's actually hilarious. Good joke. Diddling. Boop, 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 boop.
Stay quiet. Ah, there you are. What news do you bring to the court today? Are you now? My, have the paraphernalia of the Dalriata suddenly become fashionable while I wasn't looking? That tablet seems to be gaining in popularity by the day. I told Pharrell the price, 2,000, and that's final. Truly? Well, I suppose there's no accounting for taste. Still, better you than Dalriata. She put us in a terrible position, you know. She came here and demanded we hand over part of our treasury, just because it was once theirs, as if we could afford to show any more weakness. Take the tablet, do whatever you wish with it. I never want to hear about it again.
Okay. Easy peasy. I got money. Actually, how much do I have? Oh no, I still got 10k. I got money. I was thinking about if I wanted to play Dreadmist, this new top-down isometric MMO.
And mind your step.
But I saw it's free to play. And I was like, you know, probably not. Boom.
Okay.
Hello again. Aye, it would be. Delrida know how to work stone in the most intricate way, but we're also quite fond of grandiosity. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you not to part with it just yet. The stone wardens are waiting for it, and I can't really be seen lugging it around. And you're very strong. You can handle it with no problem. Here's the reward I promised. And I'm sure Kvor will have a little extra something for you too.
Okay. So now I have 2 reasons to go to Kavor. Fair enough. I forgot I have some identifications to do. I literally just got another lightning.
You doing okay?
That's pretty good, actually.
Nice to see. Hello there.
I don't know why I didn't put these in my stash. I think I need to upgrade the lightning. Silent burden. Wait, what? Oh, no, that is where he is. Okay, never mind. For some reason I was thinking this is where he was. No, that's going straight to the next region. JK.
Hold your ground, man.
Hold your ground, man. Don't let them get you. Have faith. You must believe. Boom. Chaka-laka-laka-laka, boom, boom. Yeah, I keep forgetting about Blood of Dawnwalker should be coming out this year too. Really looking forward to that.
A gift? Ah, I see. And you lug that thing all the way from Kurnacht? For that alone, you have my respect. Now, let's take a look. Ah, so that's what happened. The stone chipped, and the meaning of the runes changed. Sweet dreams turned into living nightmares. This is why I don't trust magic. The simplest, stupidest thing can end up killing you. Aye. And I'd say because of cracks between people, too. If we hadn't strayed so far from one another, maybe all of this could have been avoided. Then again, maybe not. Maybe fate makes no mistakes. I suppose we'll never know. But you're not here to listen to a blacksmith getting maudlin. Here, this is for your trouble. May your burdens be lighter to carry from now on.
Level up.
Oh, and where'd you hear a tale like that? I didn't know our stories had traveled so far. The Camelosians prefer to call us heartless beasts only capable of destruction. But I suppose a tale about creating a heart in the fires of a forge is something only another blacksmith would believe and appreciate. So, that Beor, tell me about him. Aye, that's the way of it. A heart given to those creatures is never whole when it returns. If it returns at all, they drain every joy, every spark, leaving what's left little more than a brittle husk. I'm sorry your friend bears that burden. He used iron, didn't he? Iron's too brittle. Steel's no better. It's cold, lifeless. To forge a heart, you need metal that is alive. You need a metal that will sing as your heart sings when you see the smile of a loved one.
You need word steel. Weird
Aye,
steel.
it's the only metal fit for such a task. But weird steel alone isn't enough. It must be woven with ethereal cobwebs, threads that will give the heart its strength. Bring me those and I'll forge the heart. After that, it will need to be filled. But that task will fall to you.
Where do I get weird stone? What?
I invited... Oh, so... No, not every Dalry. They've always kept peace with the people of Kurnacht, but with those Camelot...
You're right on time.
Fire's warm. Old watchtower. Used an ogre. Beg, and I mean that literally. Saw him from a distance, munching on Weirdstone. Probably what made him howl and run about like that, if I were you. Seriously, you must have hands of iron. Might head up there soon. See if he left any Weirdstone lying around. We all belong to the Stone Warden Brotherhood here. Ugwe was with us once. But... so am I. He was a good man. I just hope he died with honor. He may have turned his back.
I'm trying to think about it. I might have some weird stone. Oh, well, hold on. I leveled up. Okay, I'm gonna bump this one next. Yeah, no, this Red Death stuff is what I'm pumping. It's too good. I want to see if I have any in my stash. Because I've noticed that my quest turn-in stuff. Right here. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I thought I had it. Potato. Games that I'm like, I've been waiting for that still have no day though. I want, well, Concerned Ape's new game, Chocolatier or whatever, the Haunted Chocolatier. I'm interested. Stardew Valley would have been like pretty close to a game that I wanted to play. The only thing is that it's skewed more on the social aspect. I wanted a game skewed more on the combat in the RPG, which is why I'm really looking forward to Co Carnage's game, Emberville. But then there's also Witchbrook.
Good. Give me a moment to find the right song. I haven't lost my touch. Here, your friend will have a strong, beautiful heart. At least in terms of craftsmanship. The rest is up to you. The art is just an empty vessel. It needs to be filled to start beating. Life, of course. A heart must be full of life to start beating. But we'll talk about that when you return. Well, there are two ways. Through death, or through sacrifice. No, of course not. You can fill it with the life of creatures you kill, but it'll take some time. A life torn away is far less willing than a life freely given, and I can't say what effect it'll have on Bayor. It's not a method we use often. You can pour some of your own life into the art. It'll weaken you, sure, but I'd say some sacrifices are worth making. Besides, I believe it will give you another kind of strength. Something far more valuable than what you've lost. If you want to fill it up with the energies of things you kill, just hold it up when you fight. It will collect life, and at some point, will give you a sign that it's beating again. Come to me and I'll bind life to the heart. If you decide to fill it with your own energy, just tell me. Either way, come back with either a full heart or when you make up
We'll
your
fill it
mind.
up ourselves. 30 max health.
Of course. Ah, this part never gets old. Remember, don't resist it. Let go of your instincts and focus on the heart. You'll feel a bit weak afterward, but don't worry. Strength can always be rebuilt. Here, feel how warm it is. It will serve Bayor well.
I was gonna say, did I get anything in return? Next, I'm under 200 max health now. Whew.
Got something for me to look at?
Yes, I do.
What? That's amazing. What materials did he use? What else was needed? Did he tell you how to make it? Oh my. I have so many questions. But those can wait. First things first. For this, I will need your help, my friend. Once more, as always. So, shall we begin? Okay then. Let's see if those Stone Warden legends have a grain of truth in them. I suppose that's it. Surprising how simple it is to look into someone's heart and tear it out, isn't it?
How do you feel?
It's different. Everything looks a bit like it's mired in fog. But I don't feel bad. In fact, I feel good. I feel stronger. I guess more will become clear with time. For now, I'll just have to wait and see. The measure of my debt to you is 2 hearts. I don't know how a man could ever repay something like that. I'll be going back to work. Visit me sometime. Don't be a stranger.
A lot of XP.
Got something for me? Come.
Beor's fully recovered. He's doing well and making his own decisions. He doesn't need an old man hovering over him anymore.
Yes.
And, well, to be honest, I've been waiting for this moment. I'm proud of him, but you didn't hear that from me. You've done right by me, so I'll give you some advice. This whole expedition is madness, but as they say, sometimes there's method in madness. And I'll admit, I'm glad these old bones can still be useful. I might not think much of our Lord, but I won't turn my back on him when he needs help. This isn't just about him. It's about our home. I'll do whatever I can for Kuanacht. Tell Yvain he can count on me, even if it's the last journey I'll ever take.
Nice. Okay, now I just need to go try to persuade Maggot. Die, Maggot. First time you come across Enduriel. God damn it. I was trying to jump. Nani? Really? Are you kidding me, bro? It's fine. I just love these kind of games, man. And again, it's the reason why, I mean, obviously it was sci-fi, but like, I had more fun with the Outer Worlds 2 than KCD 2, man. And I still thoroughly enjoyed Avowed, even though Avowed has plenty of problems.
Really? What for? The Menhir burns beautifully. Nothing bad can happen now. Ah, yes. That makes sense. I can see it now. And he sent you to me. How unexpected. But honestly, I'm not worthy. And I don't think I ever will be. What use is a scatterbrained pseudo-druid who's been abandoned by Mother Nature? I'd just get in the way. Or worse, I'd put everyone in danger. The maggot inside me is still strong, I know it. That's why I have to stay here, to protect others from its influence. Tell Yvain I'm sorry. I'm honored he thought of me, but I can't join this expedition.
Okay, interesting. I didn't have a choice to do a side quest with him. He just straight up said no. Fair enough. As you wish. I was just thinking about it too. I have a feeling that the rest of the night tombs in the game, they're not going to be geared for my build. Lancelot's was already geared for my build. Oops. And maybe there will be somebody who has heavy armor. Hold on. While I'm here. Max health, dashes regenerate faster, stamina regen, max stamina. Okay, how much does it cost to upgrade the lightning? Man, I don't know if it's worth it for me to upgrade it though. Shit, I could just keep upgrading the bonk. It's literally called Ogre Bonk. That's expensive as fuck. Haymaker. Boom, 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 boom. Bro, just look at that damage. I have to.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Oh, my bad. I want to see how I upgrade this. Oh shit, it upgrades but just with titanium. Oh, this goes up. Holy shit. Okay, that's actually massive. It looks sick too. I'm just wearing the full Lancelot gear plus duelist cape. Hell yes. Diddling. All right, Lordy Vane. Like I said, I just want to do everything in Act 2. Once I've done everything and I'm ready to leave, I'm going to start the DLC.
If I just stay put, everything will be just fine.
What news? The people I told you about. Have any of them agreed to join me on the quest for the Holy Grail? Well done. Naturally, I would have preferred to bring them all, but 2 will make fine company. Perhaps along the way, we'll meet others willing to lend us their skills. After all, I can hardly believe you're the only one bold enough to roam the world in search for adventure. You've done me a great favor, so allow me to repay you. Before I depart, know this. You brought change to Connacht and earned my deepest gratitude. Let my repayment be the blessing my lineage received from King Arthur himself. Be the shield that watches over Connacht, as House Terion has done for generations.
I guess I got it? That was a little weird.
It is a bold decision, and I am glad he finally made it. It was wise of him to invoke the old laws. Camelot will not dare to break them, and the men here will remain in Connacht, at least until the lives of its people are in immediate danger. It's an ancient law I established myself. It is good that he is not going alone. I honor the courage of those who follow him, although none of us can say if they will return. Even if Yvain does not return, his actions will be remembered. Of that, I am certain.
Cool beans.
I am his oath, the weight of duty that shields the faithful. I am the wall between order and ruin.
Alright, now we're gonna get a massive cutscene probably. Because now Arthur's gonna even know more about himself. Here we go.
You can't just allow for things like that to happen. Not ever again. Not when the kingdom is beginning to find its way. You're the king, and that comes with a whole lot more responsibility. You can't let people like Merlin do what they want, even if their intentions are pure. You must see the danger now.
The memory of Seawall is my burden. Harder to bear than I'd like to admit. But I've realized that his story is what happens when power answers to no one.
Then do something so that a tragedy like that never happens again.
Palamedes, you've always spoken your mind, even when I didn't want to hear it. You've stood beside me through the darkest days and fought not for glory, but for Avalon and its people.
I have done only what I believe was right, nothing more.
Yes. And that made me realize that Merlin was wrong. The legacy I leave won't endure through the legend of a single man, whether it's me or anyone else. I decided to give my sword to the Horns of the South, to bind them not to me, but to the people. But Avalon needs more than that. It needs structures, memory, and resistance to corruption. It needs the foundation of something greater than any one of us.
A shield?
Yes. One to guard Avalon, even from itself. You've proven yourself time and again, so my shield is yours, Palamedes. Not just to wield, but to become. Let your bloodline anchor what my reign could not.
And you believe I am worthy of such a responsibility?
I will not fail you, my king.
Don't carry this burden for me, Palamedes. You never have. Carry it for Avalon, and may your name be a blessing upon this land for generations to come.
Interesting. So this took place later. In the timeline, because based on that information, we don't know what happened to Seawall, but I'm guessing Arthur did something that caused Seawall to die. He already gave Excalibur away, so I'm assuming that cutscene took place after they already won the war. That's the only thing I can guess. Okay, let's look at the shield abilities. You create another blast of energy when the King's Soul ends. Ooh. Enemies take the amount of damage you have dealt with them. What? Okay, that just seems insane. Enemies take the amount of damage you have dealt to them. I mean, what? This one could be cool, but I don't know what, like, I don't know the damage. I don't know, you know what I mean? So. We're missing one left, and this is the helmet. And that'll be in the Forlorn Swords.
Now I understand. The shield isn't an object. It's the bloodline itself. But I also remember the shield was meant to resist. Not enemies, not blades, but corruption, compromise. Cowardice. Palamedes understood that. Nothing I've seen here reminds me of him. Nothing resembles the kingdom we were trying to build. Lord Yvain, a joke of a man. A mere shadow of his ancestor. Not worthy of his title, nor of leading his people.
I was gonna say, he's now starting to sound kind of bad here. Being a bit harsh.
I tried to build something lasting. Something that wouldn't depend on me to survive. I distributed power, tied it to oaths, not blood. Gave regions autonomy, left behind symbols to bind them. But what we've seen so far, that's not a kingdom. That's theater. People playing at being lords and commanders, taking on roles they don't even understand.
What is it that Denholm and Yvain don't understand?
All I've seen here is fear. Indecisive men wearing the mask of power. but their power comes from symbols they don't even understand. And when a decision needs to be made, they hesitate. When danger appears, they flinch. Denholm,
hesitation kills.
commander of Camelot's forces, is incapable of acting without direct orders. Yvain, a descendant of Palamedes, yet too weak to stand against choices that harm his people. Their fear breeds indecision. If you cannot choose, you cannot protect. And if you cannot protect, Avalon rots.
Yvain did choose to seek the Grail. That has to count for something.
It was you the men here responded to, and you who rekindled it. You did all the work, turned the situation into something Yvain could exploit. Without that, Kuanacht would still be waiting. For what? A miracle? That's why I have to come back. Without us, without hands that act, this land just waits and rots.
I don't know. I'm not liking how Arthur's sounding. You know what I mean? I don't know. So earlier on, I kind of made the prediction. I made a couple predictions, and I don't know how true any of it's going to be, you know, but I was thinking that, like, somehow, for some way, Merlin is going to be around, because we've already established that Arthur said that Merlin, they never saw him die. He just disappeared. I think he's going to be like the villain, or it is going to be something what they straight up told us in the beginning of the game, basically, that Arthur has to die. And Arthur will be the main villain, and Merlin's going to come back and help us or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's going to be something related to that. I'm leaning more towards it. Arthur's not good. He's going to try to be like a tyrant, kind of doing what he thinks is right, but ruling over everybody with tyranny.
Merlin wanted me to become a symbol. But I realized that one person, one myth, won't be enough.
We'll see.
This kingdom needed more. It needed to stand on stronger foundations. And so, I left mementos behind, to serve as cornerstones for various facets of the kingdom. It seems we were both wrong about this.
You make it all sound obvious, but this is a rather complex political situation. And it is.
Yes, the situation is complex. But that is precisely the burden of a leader. Complexity does not excuse paralysis. And yet they sit in deadlock, doing nothing, while the world around them fractures.
What would you do in the situation?
Turn every resource toward understanding why the weirdness is returning and stopping it. Hiding in Camelot is cowardice. Staying here? Stupidity. But what I would do doesn't matter. This is precisely why Palamedes was made Avalon's shield. To judge for himself what serves the people. Even if it meant standing against me. We gave our people peace, but they've come to take it for granted. Perhaps those who live without struggle grow soft, and in comfort, they let go of their values. Symbols, without the will to uphold them, are little more than ornament.
Except for the shield, symbol of a shield, what did Palamedes receive?
I named his bloodline the Shield of Kuanacht, and granted them dominion over this Menhir, with full autonomy. The land here is among the richest in Avalon. This place was meant to stand as a counterweight to Camelot's rising power. Well, my friend, They still call me the once and future king. Still hold feasts in my name. Feasts won't save them, but action might. We've wasted enough time. Let's move to the Forlorn Swords and find my crown. Let's make me whole. It's the last hope for this wretched kingdom of ruin.
Damn. We're gonna go do the DLC. Bing. Bing, bing. Where the hell am I? The fuck I am.
Just keep your head down.
Ding.
Are you sure you want to do this? You can still back out. Camelot will surely forgive you for this insubordination.
I have never been more certain of anything in my life. This is the only way.
Fine. Do as you will. Look who woke up. You're a bit late, though. You missed the show. Our Lord gave a rousing speech to his subjects explaining why he's going to leave them in these dire times. I'll leave you two. I need to start cleaning up the mess you made, Yvain. And before I forget, some shady-looking character was looking for you. Didn't tell me his name, but said you're old friends. Said he'll wait nearby.
Greetings, friend of our house. What may I do for you today?
You do him I ain't saying that.
As soon as the necessary preparations are complete. With any luck, it won't take much longer. Ansem will assume my duties in my absence. He is my most trusted man, and he is respected by the people. For now, he's assisting me in gathering supplies. I do not know when or if I will return. Kurnacht and its people must be ready for either eventuality.
What'll happen to Kurnacht? God damn, I don't know what's causing... It wasn't doing this. It's just started. What if I lower my mic? Nope, still does it. Regardless. Maybe if I move my mic? I mean my mouse? Yes? And then I move... What? Strange. What the hell? Telling me just the placement of where my mouse is causing the static. Bro, that's crazy.
I cannot say for certain, but I have faith that Ansem will manage. Truth be told, he's been the one keeping things in order for quite some time now. Since Maeve's passing, I've been all too aware of how much I've neglected my responsibilities. Camelot will keep the peace in my stead, and I can only hope that the people of Kurnacht will come to trust Denholm and his men. We may not agree on every matter, but I cannot deny Denholm's honor. When I return, it will have to be enough. And so, I thank you once more. House Terion is... No, wait. I am personally deeply indebted to you. Because of your efforts, my family has the chance to reclaim the glory it once knew.
Or glory.
Really?
I'm gonna
I
still
hope
say
he
it.
supports my decision to embark on the quest for the Holy Grail. Although, in truth, it doesn't really matter. I made my decision, and I'll stand by it. Whether my noble ancestor approves or not. Well, and now you are the shield of my people. I trust you will ensure that his blessing is not squandered. House Terion ends with me. Lady Maeve was never granted the chance to give me an heir, and I couldn't bring myself to take another wife or continue the lineage while the world I knew crumbled around me. But your words are kind. The story of my family began in glory, and in glory it will end. Farewell.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be going to the, like I said, this must be Caradoc. I don't know who else it could be. Oh yeah, I can tell it's him already.
Well, look at you. Moving along nicely, aren't we? You're piecing him back together faster than I expected. We're getting closer to the end. And since you've proven yourself so capable, maybe it's time. You should have enough power now to enter his mansion. Here, go to this place and see if the door opens for you.
What?
No. If you want to know the truth about the man pulling the strings, it's time you took a look behind the curtain. It's the house of someone I once called my employer, Orin. The same one whose plans got you out of the island asylum. I don't know. We stopped seeing eye to eye on certain things, and our relationship soured. No, not really. There's one last piece of Arthur's soul waiting for you. The third artifact. His crown, this time. You'll find it deep in the Forlorn Swords, in the capital city of Dalriata. Meet with Gerfan. He'll either attack you on sight, or explain everything patiently, depending on how he feels about... Oh, you'll see for yourself. How would I know? I'd say going into Dalriata territory is a surprise all on its own. But don't worry, they've got bigger problems at the moment than you sneaking off with their sacred helmet. Once you're done, meet me at the Charred Conclave. That's where we'll finish this, one way or another.
Hey, it's that spot. There's actually a couple things I want to do before I start the DLC. And I want to do all of the locations that require the shield. There's the Tomb of Sir Dagonet. But I know this is also one of them too, Forgotten Gate. And the reason why I waited this long to do the DLC, or start the DLC, is because I had read a bunch of people basically saying that its difficulty is like very similar to the late stuff in this act of Act 2. So it's best to do it like towards the end of Act 2. So that's what I chose. But I could have done it sooner if I so wished. Trying to think of the best way how I get over here, because I think I have to like go across this way. I'll have to run around, try to figure it out. Okay, so its strong attacks are clearly weaker than the club. The club just one-shots most things. But this thing's regular attacks and consecutive attacks are going to be significantly stronger. Ding-a-ding.
We have company.
You'll regret. Woo! He went flying. Small pebble. What am I gonna do with that shit? Training grounds. Oh, baby. Dude, that damage is fucking nuts. The fuck is that? Okay, got another weird prism. What? I'm gonna go up here first. God damn it. Of the memory of a beloved child. Gather a memory shard. Oh, it just can't be placed in this area. Oh, that's right, that's right. It gives me more, these things will give me more, points to put into my King Soul. Oh, because then I can get the Aura Blast then. So I wonder if this is just the end. That's all it was. Or if there is more. Oh, there's more. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's the Weaver. I ain't gonna fight him. We'd be friends.
We meet again, Lost Prince. I was mistaken about our previous encounter. I erred in thinking I had unraveled what the Pale Lady had planned for the both of us. But I should have known better than to presume or anticipate the moves of someone as shrewd as her.
You seem more weary than last time.
I am tired, Prince. I am so terribly tired. I feel burned out. I can't weave anymore. I don't want to. Never imagined that such a moment could come. Oh, what a truly sorrowful thing. To accept that all things must finally fade.
What did you presume wrong?
You meeting me. As I mentioned upon your first visit, I thought it was just a coincidence. A fortunate weave of various events that, under a different alignment of stars and smaller choices, would never have come to pass. However, it turns out that I was meant to fulfill a specific role, and it was not to weave new life as I once believed.
So what was your role?
To weave bridges between you and her despair. Bridges that would allow you to gather the memory shards. She used me. Yet I cannot even bring myself to be angry with her. I see now that she seeks to restore the bonds that once were, before her world shattered and fell into ruin.
Can you tell me about the despair of the Pale Lady?
The pain of a mother who has lost her child, it is difficult to comprehend, especially for us. For centuries, we never had to face loss, and then only by gazing upon you humans, we had to deal with the idea of death. To live in a world in which everything has to die, such a horrible and terrifying thing. Her desire was to bring her son back. I understand that, but can't really empathize with it. Understanding others has always been the strength of humankind. And anger? I'm not sure. For now, I just want peace. I don't want the weirdness. I don't want to weave. I don't want to feel.
Why does she want me to gather the shards?
She hopes that by restoring her son's memory, she will finally bring him back. The Pale Lady wants to put you on a proper path. Yet she does not realize how daunting and impossible this challenge truly is. But those driven by despair rarely measure their actions with reason.
What do you mean by to weave bridges?
Places like this one, or the one where we met before, were chosen by the Pale Lady for a reason. On their own, they're nothing more than aberrations twisted by the weirdness. To bridge your reality and ours, someone had to weave the passages. That someone was me. In both instances, I believed all my efforts were aimed at weaving a new Fordweller, for the first time in centuries. But the truth was far from that.
How is this place different from the last one?
The Archspire was a bridge to the place where her son was born. In that cave, I wove the prints from the threads of the weirdness granted to me by the Pale Lady. They were resonating with great desire. It seems the place we stand in now was marked as the place where I had to create the next passage. Since we lost the war against your kind, we retreated to Tuathan, severing ourselves from the rest of Avalon. All the while, the weirdness has continued to change. It has grown wilder, more untamed, and far harder to control, even for us. For centuries, places like this seemed lifeless, stripped of their potential. And then the spark began to return. It was then that I resumed my work.
Tell me about the bleeding heart of the plague.
So it is true. I suspected that gazing upon the homelands by the Pale Lady and her son could not occur without disruptions. The knot grew tight.
Oh shit. Grew tighter and tighter, orders that should never intertwine became irreversibly entangled. What will I find further?
I did not dare to peer beyond my lost prince. I feel that what lies ahead is bound to a profoundly intimate and ineffably personal aspect of the Pale Lady. It is between you and her. Prince, it is time to go. Leave me behind. I played my role in this spectacle. Hopefully that will grant me freedom. Farewell.
Okay, I'm gonna do the what the fuck is this now? I'm gonna do the weird tower next. Tomb of Sir Dagonet will be last, because that's probably just gonna be
There's no greater joy than watching how a son, born of desire, grows. There's no greater despair than watching how a son, born of one's own thought, perishes.
What the fuck? Is it weird that that right there reminds me of fucking Genova from FF7? Yeah, I'm gonna do the tower next and then Dagonet's tomb last, because that'll probably just be gear. And a little bit of lore, like Lancelot.
And now you stand here, hidden deep within. And even I cannot fathom what my heart feels. Still torn, for you are not wholly him, my son, my prince of Tuathan. Yet there is a flicker of joy within me, for you carry the soul of an Arthur, whose life was chosen for my son. This means the fragments of memory I gathered and kept safe may be saved.
That's right. I was so confused for a second, because it's been a while now since I saw the Weaver the first time. The Weaver explained to us about how the Four Dwellers looked upon humanity as, you know, separate or whatever, but the Pale Lady is like their queen, basically. And her son was so fascinated with humanity that he chose to be reborn inside of a human to experience humanity. And, well, guess who that was? Arthur.
The heart, bleeding and plagued, a fragment of me, of my despair, accidentally brought into existence upon the homelands. My tears seeped into your soil, birthing a terror that became inseparably bound to your kind. The Spectre, the Red Death.
Oh.
Unintentionally, I could not have foreseen what such an entanglement of our realities would bring. I could not have known the depths of pain wrought by the loss of a beloved child. When it started to spread, I couldn't find a way to stop it. I am so terribly sorry.
Can the plague be stopped?
Arthur believed that abandoning the homelands would stop the plague. The Red Church committed truly horrific acts in their desperate attempt to halt the blight. Yet, no matter what you humans do, the plague will always return. It's like a curse cast upon your kind. And so, you will drown in my tears.
What do you want?
I want my son back. You walk your own path, yet you will be faced with choices. I hope that, among them, you will find a way to bring my son back. However, I cannot impose my will upon you. It took me a long time to understand that not everything should be demanded by force.
Is there any chance to bring your son back?
I believe so. And you are already working tirelessly toward this, whether you realize it or not. Since my son's fate became entwined with that of Arthur, the King of Mortals, it is necessary to reconstruct the soul of the ruler whose essence you carry within your heart. You will also need the fragments of my son's memory, the ones I so carefully concealed for you to find. Beyond that, the Weaver may possess something helpful. His life-giving spindle. It may prove invaluable when the final trial comes. If you manage to find him, take it.
Where could I find the Weaver?
He is no longer bound by the places I created for him, where he could work in peace. I have a feeling he may have returned to his workshop, deep within the Forlorn Swords.
Ooh, this is Lordom City. I want an explanation. Arthur, your son, how is everything connected?
It is a tale about the Prince of the Four Dwellers, who unexpectedly became the king of humankind. Arthur, we are connected. In the homelands, he heard my call from beyond the mist. It guided him to Avalon. I met him during his journey. I gifted him with the sword. The Spectre, of which you now carry within yourself. He is someone very dear to me. Someone I lost decades ago, whose soul found a new body in your lands.
Reincarnation? How is that possible?
As you already know, we found a way to gaze upon the homelands. My son was fascinated by humans. Fascinated by your impermanence and fragility. When one has to deal with entropy and decay, everything suddenly gains far greater significance, doesn't it? You must have desired to live the life of a human. Perhaps it is one of the most powerful manifestations ever achieved by a Four-Dweller.
Weaver mentioned that Arthur's origins are far more complicated.
Oh, the Weaver. I remember the spark of joy that lit up his pale face when he saw what emerged from the threads of weirdness I gifted him. A living being, brimming with such boundless potential. So vibrant with life. He always had a fondness for my child. He called him the Prince. In the homelands, I saw a powerful thing that we Four-Dwellers lacked. It was love, one of many emotions I had to learn. We lived in a world where everything was potent and possible. It made us live a life where we were drowning in decadence. I longed for something more. Our emotional structure was much less complicated than yours. You were quite an inspiration.
You brought humans to Avalon. That started a war.
Yes, I am fully aware that my will to bring Arthur to the shores of Avalon brought war and ruin upon my own kin. What would you have me say? There are no proper words for this. I will simply fall silent. Draw your own conclusions.
Fair enough. We met at the corrupted temple of the Allmother.
Yes, although that was a horribly distorted part of me, living as if it were another life. Now I feel more whole. The emptiness is sharper. The sorrow, far more profound.
I met Kai, Arthur's sister and a prophet.
Ah, yes. Bound to Arthur through kinship. They were close enough that some of my despair reached her as well. A different kind, however. She was able to find and gaze into it. I pity her. The fate that befell her is truly dreadful.
Why did you use the Weaver?
One aspect of the potential of the weirdness is that it can serve as a tool. For that, I needed a craftsman. Someone who could sense even the thinnest threads of that potential as part of a greater whole. Every Four-Dweller could manipulate the weirdness to some degree. But not all did so with the finesse of the Weaver. He could harness that potential for something far, far greater, like weaving a new life, for example. My skills lay elsewhere. Among them was the ability to peer beyond the horizon of our civilization, to see a different world, a world without the weirdness, a world filled with meaning and purpose, constructed through intricate connections, a single living organism, yet full of individuality at the same time. I feel that sometimes you do not realize just how extraordinary your land truly was. Are you sure? If you have anything to ask, ask now. This may be our last meeting before the end of things. I am.
Nope.
Are you sure? This may be. So, it is done. I am glad my heart could host you. I hope you will succeed in reaching the goal you pursue. You leave this place with another shard. Use the memory of my son wisely. Ah, one more thing. That perfect obedience will no longer be your burden. It was never my will, but rather a flawed interpretation by humans, consumed with the madness of the dying. Farewell.
Hmm. Three. You create another blast of energy when the soul ends? Yes. Okay. Well, good to go here. What's the nearest thingamajiggy? Dude, my stomach is rumble tumble. It's funny that when I take fall damage, it puts me in combat, so I gain the Red Death buff. I'm like, oh, alright.
Stay sharp. You're nothing but a peasant.
You're nothing but a peasant. Where did he fly to? Oh well. Gates of knowledge. Ding, doo, doo, ding.
Greetings, my king. If you're singing this message, it means Caradoc has fulfilled his task, and the wheel of destiny has begun to turn. I am Orin, your majesty's devoted servant, and the apprentice of your friend Merlin. Nothing would bring me greater joy than meeting you face to face. Alas, that must wait, for our paths have yet to cross, though I hope it will be soon. In the meantime, please treat my home as your own. Make yourself comfortable. Rest from your hardships, and seek the knowledge you require.
Mm-hmm.
And you, brave vessel, remember to heed your lord, King Arthur, now and always.
Okay. All right, we are gonna do this. Hold on, let me talk to Arthur first. We will talk to King Arthur.
He might have been, but I don't recall us ever meeting in person. Merlin had many apprentices, and Nimue was the most gifted among them. But even she never spoke in my presence. It is possible Merlin forbade his students from speaking to me, though why he would do such a thing, I cannot say. But Orin seems devoted to a cause he believes in. It's a refreshing perspective, and unlike any we've seen so far. Honestly, I had hoped his discoveries might help me recover some of my lost memories. Sadly, they did not. I remember what Merlin and I chose to do. I simply thought I could reconstruct the reasoning behind our decision. But it seems even Orin wasn't certain of that. I regret that Merlin didn't share his thoughts and decisions with his apprentices. They might have helped us now, on this journey. I'm not ready to answer that question, and I sense the final decision won't be mine to make. You're more important than you think, and our fates are bound together to the very end. In the end, Orin's opinion may not even matter.
Great. I need to use the bathroom. I gotta go. Alrighty. It looks... I'm a little concerned that some of that dialogue options there was meant to be after I do this. Forlorn swords, forlorn swords, forlorn swords. Because I didn't actually do anything here. Fairy Mush, Bloodstone, Breath, Ring of Reduced Conjuration. Interesting. Okay. Check everything out on the bottom level first. I can't go further that way. Like, this is giving me, like, Elden Ring, Bloodborne vibes here. That stuff worth anything? 200. I'm just gonna leave it. Doesn't look like it's really worth much. Leave the apples, but I'll take the cheese. Oatmeal with milk. That's another thing too. So when I can finally go back to the night shift again, I think I'm gonna start eating oatmeal more. Oatmeal is one of those things that's like, it's really good for you. I've never really cared for oatmeal that much, but it's something I can still eat. I can still eat it. Invisible walls, baby. Wait, what the fuck? It's a rabbit. But it looks fucked up. I just have to see. Kingy. No, we're not going to kill him. I had to see, okay? Okay? Sorry. That was strange. He did not even sense my presence. Fairy Tales of the South. Love me some books. Orin's journal. 3 parts. I'm gonna go up first. Something tells me down. The fuck? Like the hot goo. Thank you. I mean, that's cool. Take them potions, son. I guess. I don't know. Not much going on there. Oh, hello.
You have no idea how long I've been waiting for you, my king. I've memorized Merlin's plan for your resurrection. Yet I'm certain my master made a mistake somewhere. I just can't pinpoint quite where. The theory of revival itself, the technique for performing the ritual was flawless. After all, you always return to us. But I saw how much suffering each resurrection caused you. I wanted to find a way to bring you back to us as the person you truly wished to be.
Notes on Kingy. Found more of Merlin's notes. Okay, so this is why he says he's Merlin's apprentice. He's an age after Merlin and just been studying under his notes. It's incredible how many spells my master managed to develop in his inhospitable land. Ever return to the surface? Try them out, not that it, as Caradoc ensures I have everything I need to stay focused on my research. Besides, Kingy requires my constant care. I swear if he hadn't inherited Caradoc's immortality, I'd have put him out of his misery long ago. He won't die, he won't starve, and iron doesn't work there. Interesting. Down we go. Some cheese.
My king, I understand that what Merlin and I have done was against the laws of nature. I know how many brave knights gave their lives so we could find a way to bring you back. But their sacrifice was not in vain. With you here, Avalon has a chance to become a true paradise. And now, I believe I've found the way to make it happen.
Part 2 of the journal. A shift among the Knights of the Round Table today, yet another Lancelot came to me. We left the Resurrection Chamber? This is actually very, very interesting stuff. I'm reading this. I know I'm not reading it out loud, but if you're watching the VOD or whatever, you can read it. Pause it. Now, this is like really, really interesting. Because we're finally learning more about how they bring Arthur back. And yeah, we know he's been brought back multiple times. But he's talking about how they've been able to forcefully bring him back. Just never whole. Always flawed. The Black Manifesto. That was from Slaughterg. Fairy Tales of the South, Volume 2. Oh, it's a recipe book. Flames Embrace. Oh, fuck. Increases your dash invincibility window by 0.02 seconds, receiving damage is 25% chance to lower your movement. Ugh. Really interesting. This is the first item that I've truly found in my playthrough that supports hybrid. Interesting. That's really interesting. Potato. Let's go up first. Okay, nothing. Time to go deeper. Okay, never mind. This is pretty much the end. Part 3. Hidden deep in the weirdness, serves its purpose brilliantly. Caradoc tells me the knights have tried summoning me more than once, but their calls go unheard. Good. And I've come to believe my master made one critical mistake. As difficult as soul splitting may be, it's still possible. Soul splitting? The summoning that should have drawn on all fragments of Arthur's soul, not just the aspects we happen to need at the time. When the knights needed Arthur the warrior, we called upon Excalibur. When the doll Riata stirred, we reached for the crown. Why, Merlin? Why did you ever think that was a good idea? What made Arthur who he was the fact that he was whole. Oh, I see. So those 4 pieces, right? There's the, I don't know what's the first one that you start with. I think it's his armor. Then you get the sword, the shield, and the helm. They're talking about how they tried to resurrect him with only one piece of that. Man, I see Co playing Factorio. I've never really got into Factorio because it just seems way too complicated for me, but man. Okay, anyways. We cannot treat a soul like a tavern platter, picking only the cut that suits our appetite. Poor Arthur, if only I thought of this sooner, perhaps I could have spared him much suffering. Forgot there's like hidden walls potentially. I need to start like running into walls. Alright, I guess we're going to Sir Dagonet's tomb. I mean, I guess I could kill him. So all we really got out of this place was just a bunch of information. Which is fine. Information is good. Huh. I do love that information. Should be able to loot those guys. Alright, but I think it's time. Oh, no. That's right. I'm going to go to Dagonet's tomb first. Okay. Yeah. I was already about like, alright, I guess it's time for the DLC. No, not yet. Close, but not yet. We have one thing to do first. I don't know who Dagonet is. Yesterday I did like a quick look on like all the most common Knights of the Round Table, and Dagonet was listed as the court jester, so I'm a little curious. Unique music. Never heard anything like this. Jesus fucking Christ. I was gonna say, is there some way I can disable it? Okay, this is not going to be like Lancelot's tomb where I literally did nothing but just talk to Lancelot. Oh, there's a few enemies I had to kill. This is a challenge. Is it bad that I want to try to loot that guy? The fuck? I guess it makes sense if he's the jester, that this is kind of all whack. How did people even get in here? You needed the shield. Unless all of these people are like the ancestors. That would be hilarious. There are many ways to go here. There are not. There's two ways to go. Must be a purpose. Bro, there's gotta be a purpose other than literally no purpose. What is the point of this? I don't even know. Jesus fucking Christ. I just wasn't expecting this kind of stuff in the game, you know what I mean? The game has definitely had like some very grotesque and disturbing imagery with human, you know, body horror and things like that, but there hasn't really ever been like actual like scary elements to the game. Ooh, ow. Druid's friend. Like, because it's so slow, it makes me almost want to like look and see what's down there. The fuck? Dude, that's a creepy ass painting. Can you imagine having this in like your home? Oh shit. Hold up. I wonder if I can hurt him with, like, throwables. Let me see. No. Because it's weird, because it doesn't look like he's at full HP. Alright, goodbye. But it did do very, very low damage. There we go. So I guess maybe it was just a joke. Bro, it's too late for me. Like... And I know it shouldn't. It's like the dumbest shit. It's literally just a dude playing pranks. Gee, I wonder if that's gonna come alive. Bitch. Hold on. I was like, did I check everything over here? Hmm. Oh, did I finally reach him? If you're reading this, it means you've returned, Arthur. And if you're here, it means you plan to give us the same fate that was given to you. Oh, drag us into yet another war for Avalon, one we've no chance of winning. So best of luck to you and safe travels. I, Dagonet, hereby declare that I fulfilled my oath and wandered off in an undisclosed direction, so you can't ruse me from eternal sleep. Let this be my fatal prank upon you, once and future king. Not that you ever had much of a sense of humor. Oh well. You'll have to live with this one. P.S. You can take my armor. I left it here for you. The bones, leave those. I've no idea whose they are anyway. Gloves of the Last Jest. Okay, you gotta admit that's pretty funny. Increases dash counter by 3 when below. Taking damage increases ranged critical chance by 99%. Increases physical damage by 100%. Increases spell power by 100%. Decreases incoming healing by 90% while you are in combat. I mean... Stamina regeneration is 1. Attacks restore 50 stamina. Bro. No weapon, though. I'm a little surprised. Armor only. Okay, that was fun. That was fun. I like that. It was definitely very different, right? Because like I said, the Lancelot tomb was just nothing.
Oh, you don't look too pleased. Did the trickster play us for fools?
Yes, he did. Means he wasn't too eager to serve Arthur again.
Well, you've seen it for yourself. He wasn't your average knight. He was always praised for his cunning and his devotion, both to his fellow knights and to the realm. But he was also a clever man, always thinking ahead. I suppose one lifetime of battles is enough for some. If he wishes to be left in peace, who are we to deny him?
When will I meet the other members of the Royal Geographers?
I've been dreading that question. I won't lie. You've already met them all, I'm afraid.
It's just me.
I'm the last. I'm the last remaining member of the guild, and have been for the past 100 years. Well, until now. You can see why I was so excited for you to join.
You're over 100 years old?
A long life is a gift the wordness grants to many, but to me, it's been even more generous than most. Maybe I'll live only as long as I'm needed, or maybe longer.
That's still crazy.
Whatever the wordness wills, I'll accept it, like I always have. It's a bit more complicated than that. The wordness is our fears, our desires, and the mark we leave on this world. It can be whatever we wish it to be, and we can become whatever it chooses to make of us. We are part of the wordness, and it is part of us. It shapes us, yes, but we can shape it in return. Not as well as the Foredwellers once could, but perhaps all we need is time.
So the guild doesn't exist anymore, not really, but you speak of it as if it does.
I was brought into the guild by Eleanor Dunn, a royal geographer who found the one dearest to her soul among my tribe. She lived among us for many years, but when her beloved became one with the wordness, Eleanor was allowed to prepare her body for the last rites, yet never truly as one of us. My people accepted their bond, but never her, so she left. And I followed her, as a good daughter should, even if not by blood. I met a few more members as I traveled with her, but over time, they grew fewer and fewer, until only I was left. But as long as one of us is still alive, so is the guild, and I won't let my second family be forgotten. Go well, traveler. There are more souls still waiting to be found.
It makes me wonder if I'm missing some, based on my own, you know what I mean? Like, this is interesting. I still always found that interesting. It's not called Tomb, it's called the Crypt of Seawall. And this is also interesting too. When you go to what's his face? His tomb, the Tomb of Lancelot's not listed here. It didn't show up on the map. That's very strange. But his did. That's why it was so interesting. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be using any of his gear. Nah. It's just not fitting for me. Lancelot's gear is just too good. Because I would have to get my spirituality up super high, which I've never even touched. Trying to think how I get to this thing. That's right, there was a path actually. I think. I gotta go back around. I'd rather go the route that the game probably wants me to take, rather than just swimming to it, dropping into the area. Oh, what am I doing? Right here.
My
Okay, maybe I am supposed to go that way. Alright. Fuck it. Arthur's memories. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Dagonet.
Ah, a truly fascinating man. He started out as a court jester, but it quickly became clear he was quite skilled with a blade as well. At first, I suspected he might be a spy for an enemy kingdom, but after he saved my life one day, my perspective changed. Of course, he still could have been a spy, but I decided to keep him close and watch him carefully, just in case. In time, though, he proved to be a loyal companion. He earned my trust, and without hesitation, I knighted him.
What do you think of his message?
Well, it didn't surprise me much. That was Dagonet through and through. He always spoke his mind, caring little for what others might think. Even when it was my judgment he questioned. Only he and Palamedes ever dared to speak their minds openly in my presence, without fear of giving offense. Dagonet was decidedly less diplomatic than Palamedes, but it was precisely that honesty I valued in them both. Besides, from the start, he had a rare gift for foreseeing how things would unfold. I dare say, he even managed to make me laugh one last time.
That's good, man. In this world that these guys have created, that is like, this world is just depressing through and through, you know? Alright, it's clear coral is going to be a material. Crafting region. And look at how expensive that shit's worth. Alrighty guys, I think this is the perfect stopping point because it's getting close to 5 in the morning. Thanks for watching, and we are getting ready to start the DLC. Yeah, we finished Act 2. Ready, you know, this game's incredible, man. I don't know what else to say. I'll be back on tomorrow after work. And we're going to play more of this and dive into the DLC.